Hello, folks. I most likely had the most cryptic moment of my life yesterday when I was visiting the day part of Lokacon convention organized by the Science Fiction Society of Jyväskylä in central Finland, and there was two writer guests there. Pasi Ilmari Jääskeläinen I already knew. He used to be a teacher for two of my friends, at least two of my friends, probably more than I don't have attended the Jyväskylä high school, Jyväskylän Lycée High School. Yeah, I think that's the school's name in English. But the other guy, I'm really not sure about how to pronounce his first name. Rjurik, 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 I think. Rjurik Davidson, Australian new weird writer, if we can call it new weird. It's a splendid crossover between historical fiction, taking cultural points of ancient history, like Roman Greece. I have read his first novel. I suggest you do the same. It's awesome. And yeah, he has fantasy, historic fiction, and science fiction. Pretty much the same kind of literature I'm writing. So I was like, hold on a minute. Then he started reading part of his yet unpublished book, which is coming out later on, I think early next year. Yeah. So I was stunned, really. I thought that the text was style of the writing in the piece of text was similar to mine, a bit softer, less dark, but similar to mine. And I was like, could this guy really be Australian version of me? I was stunned. And more he spoke, the more I felt like I have finally met a person just like me. I've never felt like that before. I have friends who understand my points of view. I have friends who are in terms with the way I am, but I have never once in my life met a person so close to my personality, so close to my style of literature, and that was fucking weird. So after he finished, I asked if he had time for chat. We talked about his literature, my literature, writing, life and shit. Didn't have too long to talk about it, since seriously we only had like 20 minutes time to chat before he had a lunch meeting with some of big literature guys in Finland. Sorry. So we didn't have much time to chat, but I introduced him my concept of writing, and he was the first person to learn what kind of prologue I'm going to have in my novel. And he said, that sounds good. So I picked up my latest manuscript. I have written 4 of them so far. I'm not satisfied with a single one of them. Yeah, he said first you need to come up with a manuscript you're satisfied with. So I picked up my latest one, and once I got home, that's today, a couple of hours ago, I started editing it and editing, and I'm about to be done with prologue, and I'm going to send it over to him in English. Yeah. I write both in Finnish and English to stay sharp with both languages, you know? So, I think this might be a big break for me as a writer. I have a chance to have contacts with literature companies, people on the field of literature in the English speaking world, and that is just bloody awesome. I can't really express myself. That's how excited I am. But I need not to screw up my studies in order to write fiction. Not yet, at least. It will most likely take years and years for me to be able to write on a such large scale that I could actually do it for a living, if that's even possible. That's my final goal in life, to be able to feed myself, feed my possible family to be with writing. That's a dream, and I feel I just got one step closer to reaching the dream. So, if you'd like to hear more about my fictional world, it's alternate world to this with elements of historical fiction, science fiction, just a little bit, and a lot with fantasy elements. So, tell me if you want to hear about it. I can make like a video a week, introducing races, places, nations, characters, important characters I'm having. So if you are interested, I could try and make 1 to 5 videos every month on those. I could try to make one every week, or at least every other week, if you are interested. So please let me know. Writers always like to talk about their creations, so let me know. Tomorrow I'm going to give you my list of 10 most awesome songs ever written. So stay tuned for that one tomorrow, and I'll catch you then.